welcome to episode 13 of Incoming, my retrospective vidcast on the week's historical miniature releases. This week is for week ending the 31st of July. As always, I'm Neil Shuck. Pretty busy as far as new releases are concerned, so lots to get through, and more than enough for my favourite top 10 of the week. So starting off at number 10, we have a brand new release from HLB Esco. Now you've seen lots of HLBS stuff featured on this vidcast over the last few weeks, and this is another release for the Russian vehicles in 1/48 scale. This is an MTLB tractor, probably the least exciting release that they've done from the last few weeks, but a very necessary part of the Russian vehicle pool. Crisp lines and clean sculpting again from HLBS, another great vehicle. Same with vehicles, we have a couple of releases this week from Warlord Games. Now this release isn't the vehicles themselves, but rather crew. Here we have a selection of crew that they've released for their Willys Jeep. And here we have an American, British and Russian driver, plus a US gunner. It's always good when you have nice characterful vehicle crew to go alongside your vehicles. So a nice little addition here to the bolt action range from Warlord. Number 8, we have a new release from Waterloo to London Miniatures. Not a company I'm particularly familiar with, but they've released some new packs of their Schleswig Holstein Jaegers, part of their range covering the Schleswig Holstein War of 1848 to 1850. It's an interesting set of miniatures, none the least because they're fairly unique. I don't think they're a particular subject that's been covered much before, so nice to see something new and different. However, the main theme of this show seems to be ancients, and that's where we go for my number 7 of this week. You remember last week I featured a pack of Hill Tribe Command from Aventine miniatures. Well, these are the next releases from Aventine, and they are the Volscians, which are apparently an Italian hill tribe. 7 new infantry packs from them. The Italian hill tribes are not a subject I'm intimately familiar with, so I can't comment on their historical accuracy, but these do actually look quite interesting. Again, I'm looking forward to seeing future releases from Aventine, because they certainly seem to have an interesting and unique range on their hands here. Number 6, it's yet more new releases from Curison, who seem to be coming out with new things every week at the moment. These are actually another new release of later Germans for their 15mm ancients, and a fairly extensive release of both tribesmen and mounted troops. Though I suppose with the 2000th anniversary of Teutoburg Forest literally just around the corner, we shouldn't be surprised to be seeing ancient Germans at the moment. Oh, did I mention ancient Germans? Well, coming in at number 5 this week, we saw the first previews of the ancient German infantry from Wargames Factory. Remember last week we saw their first previews of the Cavalry. This week we see a few more previews of their figures with this diorama that appeared on their website. Certainly some interesting looking stuff here, and it definitely seems that the potential definition issue I saw last week with the faces was probably more down to a painting style rather than an actual issue with the figures themselves. As you can see from this particular set of photos, I don't think there's any issue with the definition of the faces. So really looking forward to seeing more of these German hill tribes from Wargames Factory. At number 4 we have a new release from the Woodbine Design Company, who are part of Gripping Beast. Now they've been producing a set of World War I figures for the kind of Eastern Mediterranean, specifically the campaign surrounding Gallipoli and the Turks, that sort of area. This is an Empire Command pack. I think this is just a fantastic looking set of 4 figures from Gripping Beast, just full of detail and character, some great and unusual poses. As I say, just fantastic stuff from Gripping Beast. They'd be a fine addition to any World War I British Army. Into the top 3, and we have Ancient Cavalry, but rather unusual Ancient Cavalry. These are new releases from Warlord Games for their Romans, but these are Eastern Dromedary Cavalry. A rather unusual subject, but given the full Warlord treatment, I think the results are, well, if nothing else actually, yeah, they look a lot of fun. So another great addition to the Ancients range from Warlord. And staying with Warlord but switching eras to their bolt action range for World War II, number 2 this week is their new release for the US Powers, and this is the US Power Command Pack. And it's nice to see Warlord continuing with bolt action style of producing unusual and fluid figures that are full of character. The great command pack, there's a couple of officers, a medic and a radio man, a couple of unusual poses. Great stuff from their bolt action range. I don't think I've actually seen any figures in their range of US powers which I haven't liked so far. Really great stuff. Which leads us to our number one. I suppose unusually, and well, it's Ancient Cavalry, which is hardly a surprise. I think by now you've to the fact that I'm a bit of a sucker for cavalry figures. But it's actually the maker this week that's more unusual in the fact it's gripping based. This is their new Black Hoods range, which I believe is coming out this weekend. I just think this is a fantastic looking set of figures. Well sculpted, distinctive, and very, very dynamic. And they really stand out for me this week as my favourite release. It really is nice to see something new and eye-catching from Gripping Beast. And there you have it, that about wraps it up for another week. I think you'll agree, an interesting set of releases. Lots of new stuff from people we haven't seen much from before. And it's nice to see a return to form for some old favourites. So until next week, thank you for watching, take care and happy gaming. Speak to you soon. Bye.